Joining us for this morning news wrap like we always do. It's a new year, a happy new year greetings to all of you, all our sports day family members. But the year may have changed, but our habits will not, and we'll continue to talk sport. We'll continue to keep you updated with everything sports. So let's just get the sports wrap underway and tell you about the very latest that is happening in the world of sport. There's news, of course, in the world of cricket. Then we've got some update from the Premier League as well, where Liverpool have now gone to the top of the table. We'll tell you more about that match that they had against Newcastle. But first up, let's get talking about David Warner, the guy who's going to be playing his final test match tomorrow at the Sydney Cricket Ground. It's going to be an unchanged 11. Pat Cummins, the Australian skipper, has already said that they're not going to be making any changes. While you could expect some changes to happen in the Pakistan camp, though, because Captain Shan Masood hinted at some fitness issues in the camp. We will tell you more about that as and when that story develops. But speaking about David Warner, he's in fact left the door ajar, I would say. Though on record, he's called for his retirement both in Test and ODI cricket. But having said that, he's left the door ajar for Champions Trophy 2020. Now, how does that happen? Well, what he said is that if he's continuing to play cricket for another couple of years, and if Australia need somebody to bat right up top, and if he's played some cricket around that time, then he doesn't mind making himself available for Champions Trophy 2025. There's a lot of talk about who the successor for David Warner could be. Pat Cummins was asked that question, but he stayed mum at the pre-match press conference that took place. So nothing coming away from the Australian camp as to who replaces David Warner. But David Warner, we know about his passion for the game. That's something that Pat Cummins also spoke about, how competitive he really is as an athlete, as a cricketer. He's left the door ajar, and if he's around, if he's playing cricket, he says that if the country needs him, he is going to be there for Champions Trophy 2025. Let's talk more cricket now, and there is news coming in from the Afghanistan camp now. Jonathan Trott, who we saw be the head coach of Afghanistan, is in the recently concluded ODI World Cup. Remember, he was there along with Ajay Jadeja, who was hired as a consultant. Now what's happened over there is that Jonathan Trott, given the good work that he's done in a little over 1 year, in July 2022 is when he was appointed by the Afghanistan Cricket Board. Now, given the good work that he's done in the World Cup, he's been given a contract extension for a year. Remember, 4 victories for Afghanistan. They beat Netherlands, they beat Pakistan, they beat Sri Lanka, and they beat England as well. They all but beat Australia as well, and they were very much in contention, remember, for a place finals, but then things became tough for them and they couldn't really go ahead and seal that place. But nonetheless, they were mathematically alive in the competition for the longest time, and it's because of all the good work that Afghanistan have done under Jonathan Trott that the Afghanistan Cricket Board, or the ACB, have gone ahead and given him a contract extension. Let's move forward and tell you something about the Premier League now. There's been a change right at the top after Arsenal dropped some points just the other day. Liverpool have now capitalized on that, and they have gone a couple of points clear right at the top. It was a 6-goal thriller that they hosted, and in this cold winds of Merseyside, you saw a 6-goal thriller where Newcastle went toe to toe with Liverpool, but then there were 2 goals right towards the end that ensured that Liverpool won the match 4-2, and as a result, they have gone up top. What also happened during the course was that Mohamed Salah scored his 150th Premier League goal for Liverpool, and a year that's already seen him smash so many records. He continues to tighten his grip around the golden boot. He continues to score 2 goals for him, by the way, on the day, as well as Liverpool have now moved to the top of the table. It's getting very interesting now. Right up top, Manchester City always in the fray. Arsenal continue to be in the fray, though they've lost some points over the last few weeks, and that's what Arsenal will be bummed with. But Liverpool ensuring that they continue to not just challenge now, but also tell both Manchester City and Arsenal that unlike last year, it's not going to be a two-way race or a two-horse race. It's going to be much more competitive. We will end it over here, but the action continues. The reportage will continue, and yeah, we will bring you the very latest in the world of sport. Thank you so much for joining us here on Sports Today.